Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Ranson. I'm the middle school associate principal, and I wanted to, on behalf of the teachers and staff in the middle school, welcome you to the End of the Year Band concert. This is a special event for us for a number of reasons. One of them is that we have our guests from the elementary school. You can wave hi, elementary school students. And we are grateful to have so many parents being in a class and working all year and having your final assessment be in public. That's kind of the experience that they're having here. So I'd like to recognize that their collaboration and their engagement in their work all year long in order to perform today, I think is notable and noteworthy. So nice job, everybody. Collaboration and engagement are learning habits, and our audience is going to participate in some learning habits today, probably primarily engagement. So if you could demonstrate your engagement by making sure that your phone is off and that it's in your pocket, and that you're paying attention and just enjoying this. This is a rare treat to have a Friday afternoon concert. I can't think of a better way to spend a May afternoon in Chennai as we're going to do here in the next hour or so. And lastly, I want to recognize, speaking of learning habits, the growth mindset of our really lovely and wonderful and talented teachers, Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Carey. I know that I say growth mindset because they have a belief that if you're around them for 2 seconds, you'll pick up on this, and that is that everybody can play music. And so we're going to see the fruits of that belief and their work and the collaboration with these students here today. So if you wouldn't mind welcoming them to the stage, let's enjoy our concert today. Thank you.
Two brothers actually, and then we were ready to go for bedtime. And there was cookies and milk. Who doesn't like milk and cookies and milk? Until suddenly we heard a sound as me and my brother came in and saw there was a monster in the attic.
the last song we played was called Creatures in the Attic. The next song, aptly named Warp Speed, is full of energy and dynamics, and it's an original piece by Michael Story. So before we buckle up and get ready for Warp Speed, I would like to dedicate this song to my friend Leo, who's leaving Chennai on Sunday to Bangkok, and enjoy the song.
You might have heard of a heart attack or even a shark attack, but now Beginning Band is going to play Android Attack by Michael Orr. Android Attack is a song which depicts a dark world but where mankind is threatened by technology it made. So please switch off your Android phones because they might get attacked. Enjoy.
Splitter fanfare was created to represent a natural phenomenon known as a supernova. A supernova is when a star comes to its end in a fiery explosion with lots of dynamics and sound. This song was originally created by Brian Balmages, along with more other songs created by him in this mix. I hope you enjoy.
Alien Invasion is a powerful piece by Brian Balmages. David Dorham, sorry. Its booming glissandos and cinematic tone accentuate smooth slurs. Brace yourself for the Alien Invasion.
So, as the beginning band, come on, as the beginning band is exiting the stage, the intermediate band is entering the stage. And I wish I had a few good jokes to tell you during this transition. I asked the kids for some good material, but I can't really tell you here. But the beginning band's been working very hard. Intermediate band is coming up. We're going to play 6 songs for you. And if you have a program, if it was given to you at the door, one of the songs was written by one of our very own students. And this year I had a songwriting project, and I've always found that you have a whole spectrum of students who tackle this challenge. Some will give you the base minimum, and some take it further, and then some still have a bigger vision. And we had a student who persisted, and he was very patient and would come to me and I'd give the student some feedback, and then he would take it back and come back and take it back and come back. And the vision was he wanted to have his song performed before he leaves India. So we're really looking forward to that. Are we ready to go? I need a new songbook. Hang on. The beginning band. Okay, intermediate band. Is there a Mr. Carey in this house? So I've asked my colleagues, I've learned so much from them this year. This is my first year at the school, and I've asked them to give us a little help on this first track. We have Na Hyun in our percussion section, and she's the only percussionist. And you will find during our set that she is bouncing around like crazy. This instrument here, that instrument there, that instrument here. So to help save some of her energy, I've asked Mr. Curry on the drum set, Miss Dudley she has a tambourine, she has a triangle, and she has a cymbal. An amazing, talented Mr. Edwin on the big boom drum. Who's been to something like Disneyland? Who's been to Disneyland and been on one too many rides? Who's been to Disneyland and been on one too many rides too many times and then got sick? Hopefully that doesn't happen with this next song, which is called Amusement Park Adventure. Too many rides, you know?
So the next song is called Life. It is composed by myself, and it is about our enjoyment and some moments of life, which we encounter during our path of life. I would like to dedicate this song to my mom, who have given me the life, and to Miss Mac, who's not here, and Miss May, who has taught me how to enjoy life, and Mr. Bill, who have taught me how to enjoy the little and small moments of life during our path, and my fellow band students who have taught me how to play this song very well. Thank you.
Mr. Young and Samar composed that. This next song is probably extremely familiar to you. In the program it says Engines of Resistance is next, but actually I'm gonna switch it. We're gonna do Korean Folk Rhapsody and then end with Engines of Resistance. Thank you. This is our last song, and then advanced band will be coming up. Intermediate band, thank you. Please welcome the advanced band, directed by Mr. Carey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the advanced band. That was Fire Dance with trumpet solo by Sung Bin. I'm sorry, that's the next piece. With flute solo by Yi Shane. And flute solo by So Young. You'll notice that we have two guest artists with us on stage. Senior, 12th grader, graduating senior, going to Berklee College of Music in the fall. Please give a warm welcome to our special guest, Janet Frampton. He needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. You know him, you love him, Mr. Edwin. A 21st century piece titled Acclamations. Acclamations featuring a saxophone trombone duet with Daehyun and Dallin. Clarinet duet of Yumi and Yujin. And a massive trumpet solo by our very favorite trumpet player in this whole advanced band, Sungbin. Now I'm going to talk randomly for 2 minutes while we switch bass instruments from acoustic bass to electric bass. Last song for advanced band before we combine all of the bands. Put your hands together for Shake It Off. And my favorite middle school band colleague, Mr. Jason, on the drums. How about Mr. Jason? Thank you, you're very kind. And now after a 2-minute transition, we will conclude with the combined middle school bands all together. Stay right there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. You've been very kind to us. The Combined Band. And Mr. Kennedy.
All right, I can't think of a better way to end the week. Let's give another round of applause to our band. Nice job. So it really is impressive and lovely to see so many students together working to play music for our benefit. And that doesn't happen on accident. It takes a lot of coordination. And there's 5 people I want to recognize today for their work to make all of this happen. These names are not surprises to us because they work magic in this theater all the time. Mr. Vijay and Mr. Thiago, would you come on down, please? Round of applause. So these two are responsible for making us feel good, making the place sound good, and making it look good. And that takes a lot of work. And these are small tokens of our appreciation. Thank you, Mr. Thiago. Mr. Edwin is the man on the stage who makes lots of miracles happen. Edwin, where are you? Mr. Edwin? There it is. Well, round of applause for Mr. Edwin. And then the 2 individuals that we got really familiar looking at the back of, Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Carey. Let's give a round of applause for those 2 fine professionals. Thank you guys. I'm sorry, Miss Lee, are you out here? Miss Lee. So Miss Lee has a concert coming up next week, and it was great to see her on stage as a contributor to this band. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Lee. All right, so today, if you're counting, and I'm sure none of you guys are probably counting, but today is the second to last Friday of the school year. And so next week, we will have one more concert, and I think that's on Wednesday afternoon. Let's have a great weekend, and when you see one of your classmates up here on stage, give them a high five, say nice job, well done, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Good.